One of my favorite seasons in the Virgin Islands is definitely whale watching season. This is a short period of time, usually during the winter months, where thousands of whales will make the longest migration journey of any other animal in the animal kingdom, so over 5,000 miles, from the cold North Atlantic waters into the warmer Caribbean waters where they can breed. Detailed by the map behind me, you see areas in red that are known for humpback whales, utilizing this area of the ocean for their feeding. But the areas in green, as you can see, almost the entire Caribbean archipelago is in the green area, is where humpback whales use these waters to breed and to birth their calves. The warm, shallow waters of the Caribbean region, and places specifically like the northern part of the Dominican Republic, the northern part of Puerto Rico, the northern part of the Virgin Islands, is some of the safest waters for newborn calves to begin their lives. Now, in recent years, there's been a slight shift in migratory patterns. Where the Windward Islands were once the islands that were the preferred breeding grounds for these humpback whales, we're starting to see that the humpback whales are actually coming to the northern part of the archipelago, so the Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic area, and this is where they've been starting to do most of their breeding. One of the evidences that denotes that this is happening is that in the Leeward Islands, we're seeing a humpback whale season start around December and continue into late March, whereas for the Windward Islands, humpback whales are being seen from March into April. So their whale season is actually starting later. Once the whale calves are able to gain strength, then they're able to make the long journey back to the northern waters in time for summer. One of the observations that scientists and researchers are making regarding whale season and the whale population is that at one point this population was quite endangered, but now we're seeing a resurgence in this species. That isn't to take away, however, that whales in general are a very vulnerable population and are at risk of increased boating activity on the waters where whale strikes can happen. And increased large-scale fishing operations that tend to cast miles and miles of nets, whales are still getting caught up in those nets, causing starvation and suffocation, while also making them a target for predators. In the face of these growing dangers for whales, we've seen various sanctuary areas pop up all along the Caribbean island chain that creates safe harbors for these whales to have their breeding activity as well as give birth to their calves. As Caribbean people who have a responsibility to both the land and the ocean, it's important that we understand the migratory patterns of these animals and we continue to carve out ways that we can support this species so they are here for generations to come.
My name is Gabrielle Querrard, and you're watching Yellow Cedar.